Morning, friends. Good Saturday morning to everybody. Coffee. Out of one of my favorite coffee mugs. Y'all see this a lot. This is because this has a sentimental value, and the reason it does, and every day I'm afraid I'm going to accidentally break it. Because I do that. This is the mug the realtor gave us when we were looking at this house in 2019, thinking about buying it. And oh no, we've just hung on to it. I like it. And when it's clean and available, I'll grab this one. I think y'all know that. Okay. What are y'all doing this morning? What do y'all got going on this weekend? There's nothing big going on at our house. Just, I've been busy knitting and crocheting. I still don't have that purple hat finished, but I'm coming to the end of it. I mean, it will be finished today. Anyway, I like it a lot. It's Bago Days, a stitch sampler beanie, and yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this hat. Isn't it pretty? I'm a hat wearer since we moved up here. I've never lived anywhere this cold. Even when I lived in Big Spring for 11 years, it wasn't this bad. This has been a brutal winter for everybody, I think. I don't like it at all. That's why I live in Texas. So hopefully I'll miss a bunch of that stuff. And I was born and raised in Houston, so you know I didn't see much down there. I've never lived anywhere like this before. We lived in northwest Arkansas for a while when I was a tween and a tween. 11, 12, 13, okay. Then we moved back to Houston. And even when we were up there, it wasn't like this. It wasn't this cold. I saw some snow, true. Not a lot. But no, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like 2 degrees. I think Tuesday, the low at night is 2 degrees. And the high is 24. Oh, no, friends. I don't like it. I'm not your typical winter girl. I don't like it. So, there. Enough about the weather. Right now, the weather hasn't been bad, so I have no complaints now. Okay? Now, so I showed you my whip. You've seen it, but you haven't seen it done this far down yet. Okay. I have something else to show you. This is my other color of this K&C hand-painted sock wool called, I hope you can see that. Okay, there you go. Blueberry Swirl. Isn't that pretty? I don't make a lot of blue anything. But I love it. It's a 2-weight. It says here on the label. Fine 2-weight. Can you see that? I don't know. It's like the others. It's got 360 yards in it. It's 100 grams. 100 grams will make a pair of socks. I don't know why I always say that. But that is what has helped me to obtain the right amount of yarn to make a pair of socks. One sock is 50 grams. Easy enough to remember. 2 socks is 100 grams. So there you go. But I think I'll have some left over. This seems like a lot of yardage for a pair of socks to me. From my experience. There we go, thumbnail. Okay, whatever. You didn't see me yesterday. I don't think you saw me Thursday. Did I put a video out Thursday? I don't know. Yesterday? No, I didn't. I wasn't feeling the greatest. This dog is kind of wearing me down, my friends. Like I know I keep saying it, but that's a lot of dog. And he don't have to do a whole lot to wreak havoc on stuff around here. All he's got to do is wag that tail, as tall as he is, and he knocks stuff over. The term bull in a china cabinet kind of is what's been going on around here. Yesterday, he knocked my husband's bag of open sunflower seeds all over the carpet with his tail. I had gone in there to lay down for a while because I ate something rich yesterday, and I ate too much of it, and I wasn't feeling that great. So about 5:30, I laid down. Dugan was asleep in here. I left him with a leash on him, so we can always grab him. Okay, it's Oliver. It's not one of those retractable leashes. It's just a nylon leash. Oliver's up here. I was laying there just trying to feel a little bit better before I got up and fed the dogs and did my final chores for the evening. I have chores I have to do. And all of a sudden I saw my husband kind of struggling in the hallway back here by our bedroom. And I said, "What's going on?" And he had a hold of Dugan's leash, and Dugan was about to off-balance my husband. So I jumped up, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, he was in there knocking over my sunflower seeds, and I tried to grab him, and I tried to grab him, and I'm trying to get him in the garage." And I said, "You need me to help? You need me to do that?" He said, "If you don't mind." So I grabbed Dugan and put him in the garage. My husband gets off balance kind of easy, and it was too much for my husband. Friends, it's a lot, but I love the dog. And I'm just trying to do the right thing by Dugan. And, he had that hit by a car last week. And so we're in recovery mode around here. Let me have a sip of this coffee. That's yum yum. So we're just in recovery mode. But we're good. There's no problems. I just probably shouldn't have laid down with... I don't know. I just wasn't feeling well. I probably should have just done something with Dugan before I laid down. That's what. But anyway, lesson learned. Don't do that. So I have a lot on my plate over here. No complaints. Just, I just wasn't feeling myself the last few days, so that's where I was. All is well. All is well. No problem. Yeah. So I thought we could work on this hat. I have 4 more rows to put on this hat, and I'll be finished with it. Yeah. And I've been trying to work on that espresso swirl sock. My wrist has been bothering me a little bit. I've been going through crochet hooks like crazy trying to find something that didn't hurt my wrist. So today's hook of the day is this 5.5 millimeter tulip hook. We all know what a tulip, well, we probably all know what a tulip hook is. Anyway, if you don't, here it is. Yeah. Here's the set it comes in. Well, I can show this. My little case of tulips. Yeah. I've had this since I went back to crocheting a few years ago. Yeah. So So let me set you up. Chit Chat Paddy Wack, come right back and let's chat. Don't go away, friends. Okay, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope I've got you set where you can see me. I am putting the last few rows on my hat. Yeah. Right now I'm working the double crochet herringbone. Yeah. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Okay, anyway. All right, this is what I'm doing. This is how it's coming out. So I have 3 rows of this stitch to put on, and then a couple of, I guess I have 5 more rows. But yeah, I'm gonna like this hat. My wrist is already feeling better this morning since I switched crochet hooks. I don't know why it's been bothering me so much. It hasn't been for years, and now it's trying to rear its ugly head. I shattered my wrist in 2013, and I had to have a couple of surgeries to repair it back where I had full function, and that happened there in Parkland in Dallas, Texas. Was where I broke it, is where it was fixed. Yeah. I worked there, and I tripped going into the employee entrance, and at the time I was riding my motorcycle back and forth to work daily, and they had a metal door stop cemented into the pavement, the sidewalk, going into that door that the employees go in to go clock in, and I got my shoelace wrapped around, just walking in, wrapped around that little knob that was cemented into the sidewalk, and down I went, and I had my helmet in my hand. Well, the helmet was sitting here, okay, and I fell on it, and it crushed this side of my, just shattered my wrist. Hitting like that, it was another hard fall. Anyway, I've told that story. I'm not trying to repeat. I'm just telling the people that don't know how that happened, what happened, and how it happened. And initially, look at there, I missed a stitch. Initially, there was no pain, okay? I don't know why, but when I stood up, I felt my something moving in there. When I would move my arm back and forth, I felt the bones moving. Little bits of what was left of the bones. It wasn't until maybe 45 minutes later that I had the bad pain. So that was a weird experience. I hope that was the last of that kind. Do I have this in frame, my friend, so y'all can see? This is a weird stitch to me. I'm not really used to it, but it's called the well, I already told you. It's a double crochet herringbone. Yeah. Not my favorite stitch, and that's kind of hard on my wrist here. My right wrist. But it'll be alright. So, like I said, no plans for the day today, except I am going to have to cook something today. Yes. I'm going to make a beef goulash type thing. Yes, I am. So I thawed the meat out yesterday, but to tell you the truth, friends, like I told you later in the day, I started feeling worse, and so I just said, no, that's not happening today. So I have to fix it today. Yeah. Pardon me. Now, yesterday was Valentine's Day. I hope y'all had a Valentine's and y'all had a great day. And if you didn't, well, you can love your animals and they can be your Valentine. Or you can be your own Valentine. One of my friends on here said that on her channel yesterday. And you know that's true. Make it about what you want to do for the day. Okay? I would have said that yesterday, but as you know, I didn't appear. I was out grocery shopping. Cat food shopping, grocery shopping. Yeah, there were a few things I needed to get. I made a list and headed out. Yesterday, late morning. But still morning. Yeah, I'm going kind of slow today with this crochet because, friends, I'm not really used to this herringbone stitch. It's still kind of new to me. Only time I've ever done this stitch is when I made one of these hats. It's not complicated, it's just a little tedious for me. Anyway, I made a list yesterday and I went out and did a little shopping, picked up some lunch for us, and I did put Dugan in the garage yesterday while I was gone because I didn't want my husband to need to tend him, and I should have done that before I laid down yesterday, so there wouldn't have been any issues. But it's okay. Nobody got hurt. Everything's okay. We cleaned up the sunflower seeds. I'm allergic to sunflower seeds, friends. They weren't for me. They were for Louis, my husband. He likes to munch on those. I used to not be allergic to them, but then I had an anaphylactic reaction to them in 2017, and that was it for me and the sunflower seeds. So I have to be careful on breads and new breads and things, fancier breads. I have to make sure that read labels and make sure there's no sunflower seeds in them. Yeah, weird. Allergies are weird anyway. You know, I know with children they can, I'm not going to say grow out of their allergies, but my son was allergic to my youngest son was allergic to a lot of foods when he was a baby or toddler. I will say baby. And we had to watch what he ate very closely And then as he got older, he tolerated all those foods, so I don't know about that. And I've heard other people talk about their child outgrowing allergies. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know how it works. But I thought once you were allergic to something, you were allergic to it. But I know my son couldn't eat a lot of things when he was a toddler. It upset his digestive system. He didn't break out in whelps or hives. So maybe there's different reactions. I don't know. And how your body processes all that. Anyway, just to say that we had a sunflower seed spill. Instead of an oil spill or a chemical spill, we had a sunflower seed spill yesterday. I know, crazy, right? Let's see. Now, don't let me miss no stitches here. Okay. So I have 3 rows of this pattern, okay? And then I have another back post single crochet, and then I put a row of single crochets around it, and then I'm finished with this hat. So yay for that. I think I was starting to tell you, I've never worn so many hats in all my born days. No. But I've never lived anywhere up so cold. I have an arsenal of hats, okay? And you guys know, you see me with hats on a lot. That's because I stay cold up here in the wintertime. Even in this, we can get this house nice and warm, and I'm still cold. My husband is hot-natured. I am not. Cold-natured, friends. Let's see if I can tell you what I bought yesterday while I was out. Well, I bought the sunflower seeds that got spilled yesterday, that's for sure. I got some granola bars. I purchased milk bone dog treats because we were out of those. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, friends. Cat food, of course. I had enough in the bag to last one more day, thankfully. When I told you I had to go out that day and get them, I think that was that Thursday? I can't remember. Anyway, I did get cat food yesterday. I got crackers. Uh-oh, I messed that one up. I got saltine crackers. I forgot the bread. Yeah, I forgot bread. Goodness, I can't remember what I bought. I bought some frozen entree dinners, lean cuisine for myself. I eat those occasionally. I like those. Wow. Oh, I bought biscuits and hash browns. I bought that. I get those grand biscuits in the package. You can take out what you need. And the hash brown patties that I get, they're like McDonald's. They're already shaped. You just put them in the air fryer. My husband likes those. I bought some fully cooked pork sausages from Walmart, the Great Value brand. I do like those. I think they're fully cooked. Well, I always fully cook them whether they're cooked or not. So I don't know. I might be telling you wrong on this video. I'm not sure if they are or not. They come in the bags, and you just take out what you need and seal it back up and put it back in the freezer. We haven't had those in a while, and I remember liking those a few years ago. So if Lewis doesn't like them, I know I will. What else did I buy? I bought some, I told you, the crackers. I didn't buy much. Wow. Basically, that's what I bought. If I bought anything else, I can't recall. Craziness, okay? It's craziness. Trying to remember one day, what you did one day to the next anymore. The days run together. So I'm coming to the near end of this row, friends, of the double crochet herringbone stitch on this hat from Bag O' Day. And since I've spoke of it and showed it, I'll be linking her in the description and this pattern. It comes in a written pattern and a tutorial. So, there you go. Whoops, did I miss a stitch? No, yeah. No, I didn't. So, my friends, I'm coming to the end of this. I will probably show you what I'm going to do when I do get to the end of it. Okay, this is the last stitch, my friends, on this row. So what I'm going to do is slip stitch into my first herringbone double crochet that I started with, and I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to chain one, and I'm going back into that stitch with the herringbone double crochet. So and then I'm just going to go back around this row with the herringbone double crochet, and what it will do, whoops, what it will do is give a contrast. Uh-oh, I did that wrong. Give a contrast to the row I just put on it. When I'm going backwards, makes it lean to the other side. Yeah. Kind of like that. You can see that. One leans to the right, this one leans to the left. Yeah, friends. Let me put you up here. Okay, friends. Well, I just wanted to bring you along with me while I do a little crochet this morning. So what are y'all crocheting on? Get ready for another big storm that's heading our way. Stay warm, friends. God loves you. I love you. Do for others, be kind to others, and put others first. And until I see you next time, I'm sending all my love over the internet to my friends and family. Bye, friends. Catch you next time.